Welcome to the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and this is brought to you as always by DTC3. We do appreciate everything that they do for our community, and especially for the Chamber, because they make this possible. My name is Carolyn Motley, and my partner in crime here is Keith Redding. And if you're not ready for Santa, you better get ready, because he's on his way. It doesn't look like it today. It's pouring down the rain. But I see him everywhere, so I know he's out there.
Yeah, you say he's on his way. He's already been here.
Yeah, I know, but he's coming back. Don't worry,
he's
kids.
not coming back.
Back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
The Lions Club Christmas Parade was Saturday, and I do believe it's one of the best parades we've had. It was great. Really was. The weather held off very nicely. Tons of candy were thrown out. A lot of it was squashed on the street. But I've got to say, there was a lot of great events in it. Of course, the mules and the fire trucks and everything. But I got to give a shout out to Huff and Puff Trucking, because they had the Polar Express and a snow-making machine that was actually making snow. They do a lot in the community. Were you there?
It was, yeah, it was really neat, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was very neat.
I got hit in the head by a Snickers.
Yeah, that's what was so cool about this. Is me and some other people, we remarked toward each other about the kids that were throwing candy. I said, you know what? I've got to be the only one that I get candy thrown at instead of two.
No, I got to say, there was a couple of little boys, and they were riding on something that had them high up there. And I mean, they were winding up to throw the candy.
90 miles an hour.
They weren't just tossing. They were, so if one of those suckers or whatever hit you in the head, you were probably injured. And then my little great-grandchild, he's 3, for his first parade, they were throwing candy out there, which he loved, but he was picking it up and throwing it back, so.
I had the idea of doing that too, but I was told not to.
But it was a fun day, and of course the Lions Club that day had pancakes for Santa.
That was cool.
It is cool,
I
isn't it?
had a lot of pancakes. You get there towards the end, and they start pushing it like cocaine.
Yeah, they say, look, we've got 12 left over here. You want some?
I ate a lot of pancakes.
Did you get to take any home?
No, I should have done that. I didn't know you could do that part. I didn't know I would have.
You could have. I seen
It's
them.
like going to a restaurant. You sneak the stuff that you want to take home in your napkins. Come on now.
It was good.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They had a lot of fun with it. A lot of kids there. Mr. and Miss Santa were there, and they were making pictures. The Christmas Village was there.
Yeah, that was really pretty.
And all lit up. So yes, it's been good. And our events really are kind of winding down now. But don't worry. What we do in January is we just take a deep breath and start all over again. But usually January and February are kind of calm. There's not a whole lot going on. So, but we've had a full year of things going on, haven't we?
We have. And we've kind of been in the middle of all of it, haven't we?
Sometimes I feel like that.
Yeah.
I have a cough that I can't get rid of, so
You want me to get you some water?
you would just have to bear with me. Got anything stronger?
No, well. Not to speak
That's
of
what my husband always
Not
does.
that we can put on TV.
it. We don't want to speak of it.
We do have some guests with us today. We have Mr. John Eden, and of course,
Oh, that's mine.
he's getting a call right now.
Shuttle is calling me. There we go.
But he is the owner, he and his wife, of this beautiful event center that we're taping in today, and it's called the Rustic Elegance Event Center, and it's located at 1815 Doolittle Road in Woodbury, Tennessee. And it is great. I mean, this would be nice to hold anything in. a wedding, a party, a funeral. This would be good for me.
Have you had funerals?
probably be a
Have you had
first.
funerals? Yeah.
Haven't had
Okay.
a funeral.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, there's always
There's
a
a place
first
to
for
go.
that,
I
John.
didn't think of that.
And our other guest has been with us before. Well, so has John has been with us too, but we have Tabitha Smith.
Hi, guys.
And she is with the Community Wellness Center. And I probably need to go see her as we are leaving here. Anyway, John, let's start with you. What's been happening since the last time that I see you?
Well, we've been doing a lot of different events here. We've done a lot of work, and that's what the big thing is. We've been working on the building next to us. We added about 1,600 square feet, just a big pole barn, and it has heating and air conditioning so that we can have weddings. If it's raining or cold or hot or whatever, we can have it inside that building instead of just outside, which was our big problem right now. All we could do was have it outside, and then if it rained or it was too hot or anything like that, we had to move it into here
Right.
and move all the stuff aside. So we're really excited about that being done. We've been doing a lot of landscaping around here and all that in between events. So.
Oh, it's amazing. I hadn't been here in a while, and it's just beautiful. It really is.
Thank you.
And it's amazing all the changes that you've done.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've put up, we've planted a lot of trees and we redid the bridge and like I said.
Well, your parking is great, because you
parking,
used to have
yeah.
to park on the road.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
kind of
we-
dreading that as pouring down the rain.
Yeah, we fixed
But
that.
that's all fixed.
Yeah. And then we had that flood last year, and so we built a little wall, hoping that that will keep things from
Hold it
floating
back.
down the river. Yeah. So it's been a fun year for us. We've
Are you
doubled
still
things.
sharing your time
sharing?
sharing your time with California?
Yes and no. I go back about twice, 2-3 times a year. But right now I've pretty much moved out here,
Okay, good.
and that's I'm happy about that.
Well, I didn't know how you were going to run this and be there too.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So it's good now that we're just running this because
Yes, it's beautiful.
it takes a lot of work.
It is. What do you do in California that you have to keep going back there?
Well, I did two things. I was an actor out there for a while, and then I also was a policeman, and I retired from both of those things. But I still do training with the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps, which is a youth group for the Navy, and we specifically run a police training program out there for them for 2 weeks. And we do that in the summer and the winter, and we do the same thing in Kentucky. So we do that, and then every once in a while I have a job. I have
Every now and then
an
you work,
acting
huh?
job that I got to go out there and do. So,
Okay, anything I've seen?
oh God, I hope not. I hope not. I worked for Disney for a very long time, and they were really good to me. They had me at Disneyland. I did things in Florida. I did things all over the world for them. Singapore. I did the Macy's parade. I've done a lot of stuff for them. And they
Okay,
were
now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
okay.
back
All
up.
right.
For Disney, now were you one of the characters?
I
Were
was
you
Mickey Mouse. No, I was a stage performer. I did
okay.
improvisation. I did a lot of improvisation stuff there, and then I worked for the band. It was a hillbilly band. That was a
Nothing wrong with that.
no. I loved it.
You're in hill country.
It would have worked out great here.
Well, the pretty cool thing about it is he was Mickey Mouse. My next question was, okay, tell me how many times you got assaulted
No,
at Disneyland.
I was never Mickey Mouse. I'm too tall to be Mickey Mouse. So I did a lot of improvisation. I did a lot of writing for them. I wrote a lot of shows for them, and then for whatever reason, they hired me to be, for a long time, they hired me to be the Green Army Sergeant from the movie Toy Story. And when Toy Story
Really?
when Toy Story
love
1 and
that
2,
movie.
I know, came out, and I thought this was kind of scratched my head, but what the heck. I was the only one allowed to play that character as a live person. So I went to Singapore, I did the parade in New York, I went to Chicago, did a television special in Chicago, and the whole time I was asking the guys, you know, I'm covered in green, and anybody could probably do this. Took them about,
Kind of like the Grinch.
yeah, it took them about 3 years to figure it out, and then they figured it out, so. Now there's a lot of us.
You just talked your way out of a job.
Yeah, he
didn't
kind
you?
of did.
Well, Disney
not
just
real
made an
smart.
announcement back, I guess, the Disney Channel is no longer going to be allowed in Russia.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they happened to disband that channel and they turned it into some other channel. And it was because Disney spoke out about the Russian invasion.
Well,
you know.
Disney should
So it's a political
speak out
thing.
about it.
Yeah.
We all want to speak
Well.
out about it.
So no more Toy Story in Russia.
You can't, no more toys, no more Mickey Mouse in Russia.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you might be called upon because we have some very successful beta things here, and they may be wanting some talent to help them with
I
that.
thought the same thing when he's talking. I thought,
yeah.
just keep talking,
Yeah.
keep talking. We can use you at Christmas time. We've wanted a Grinch.
I'm here.
I'd settle for Toy Story.
I'm here. I've done a lot of things. This takes a lot of time, this thing, so you
It
have,
does.
you have to squeeze
Have
me
you
in.
pretty well booked up on it, though?
I think we more than doubled the year prior events here. It was really hard because we had no online presence at all. So originally they were just kind of word of mouth, and so we had to do it a little bit more for a serious business, and so it's took a while, but now it's starting to catch on. So for next year, I think we've got a couple of months that are already completely booked up, and we're still getting people coming in.
That's great. It's,
So-
I just can't tell everybody how pretty this is, and if this would be good for anything you wanted to have. I mean, it's really nicely decorated, clean. You picked up all your clothes before we got here.
Yeah.
That was a close one. Laundry everywhere.
Just because he hid it in cabinets doesn't mean he has to go take care of it later.
What you
Now,
do?
let me ask you something. Is this endeavor just you and your wife?
Yeah, we actually, my brother-in-law, one of my brother-in-laws who lives in California, he's a primary, you can call him a silent partner or whatever. He helps us out financially with what we need to do here, and he's building a couple of restaurants in Nashville, and he just came
Oh.
upon this place and said, "Hey, do you guys are you interested in partnering with me in running this?" And I said, "Yes, we are." And
Of course.
so he helps us out a lot financially, but as far as running this place, it's just the two of us. So my wife is out there on the zero turn mowing the lawns.
She is not. It's pouring down the rain.
Well, we're not right now. So don't give her any ideas because she loves to play on that thing. So we do a lot of the work here ourselves. And then Joel Smith, who our original meeting him was, "Can you brush hog some stuff for us?" And then he goes, "I can also do fill in the blank." And
Well, all right.
him and his dad and Freeman have been out there working, putting fences and boards and buildings and all sorts of stuff up, just the three of them. So
Well, I'm just really impressed. And you have joined the Lions Club,
yes, we have.
which is a good thing
Yeah.
because they will keep you busy
Oh, that's what
with
we
their
need. More being
endeavors.
busy.
I knew you'd feel
More
that.
being busy. That's what we need.
And you never know, they may need a Mickey Mouse sometime.
It said anything about Mickey Mouse.
Well, I'm
I
sure
don't know
you
if I
can
could
do
ever put
that.
one of them heads on. I put one on just to see what it was like, and that is a scary proposition to stuff yourself into all day long for 8 hours and have kids chasing you down the
Yeah,
street and
and,
stuff.
yeah,
I don't know how
throwing
they do
stuff
it.
at you.
I don't know how they do it. So, but we're very pleased. We're excited. We're excited to for the next year coming up and for all the stuff that we got going on around here. So we're very, very excited. And next year we're going to be part of the home tour.
Okay. Oh,
So the whole
great. That's,
property-
I was going to say, this is excellent.
This place, not just the venue, but also the house, which is right
Right.
down there by the waterfall. Unless
Now-
that waterfall gets any bigger and then which is the house down the street.
Now, is this the Woodbury Lions Club
Yes.
tour? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't have the tour of homes this year because I couldn't find enough homes to be in it, but now we recruited, several of the members recruited some during the pancake breakfast for next year.
Good.
And this would be excellent right here.
excited.
the reason
People
why I asked, the
enjoy
Woodbury
seeing this.
FCE Club is doing one next Saturday, a home tour.
Yes, we heard.
And they didn't know that the Lions Club wasn't doing theirs this week, but they didn't want the word to get out until afterwards because they didn't want people confused.
Right,
You know.
right.
So.
I was confused.
Yeah.
I thought it was the same thing for a minute, and I was corrected.
No, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But that's all right, we'll have you on the list, so.
Yeah.
And they could probably put you on the list so you could be 2 weeks in a row showing your home.
Is that good?
I guess. As long as you keep your clothes picked up.
Yeah, we got that means I got to keep it clean
Well, you do,
and shower.
yes,
Yeah, that's a lot of
you
work.
do, that's important.
You're asking a lot of.
Personal hygiene is important. All right, you
All
stay right where you are.
Okay, I won't go anywhere.
Tabitha, what have you been doing?
Hi guys, we're just doing our thing this time of the year at the clinic. We had an early spike of flu. A lot of people didn't get their flu shots. I think people are immunized overload. They just had enough.
They are.
So we had a really early spike. We've been dealing with the flu at high numbers for probably about 2 months now. So we're seeing the majority of that. But otherwise, our typical, so we actually have brought on a third nurse practitioner now. Her name is Catherine Shaw. She's actually a local girl, has lived here about, or lady, she's lived here about 20 years. She was actually the bariatric coordinator for St. Thomas Rutherford. So she was who you would work with and who you would see and be coached by if you were considering bariatric surgery for obesity. So we've taken her on, and she's doing primary care with me, and Miss Heather, of course, is still doing urgent care every day. But we are also offering Catherine's specialty as an obesity coach. So people who have trouble
I
with
had read
weight,
something about that. I had.
who are struggling with their weight, who have just failed all kinds of things in the past. She's just got a new approach to it, and it has really worked. For about 2 months, we have really been advertising and getting the word out, and I wish I had a total weight loss, but I mean, the majority of our patients who said I couldn't lose any weight before have lost anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds if they follow her coaching and teaching and things of that nature. So we're really excited about that. We're excited to have a third provider.
You know, on the weight loss, I think maybe one of the major problems with that is they can lose it, but it's keeping it off because it is a life change.
Absolutely. So, and that is our approach to weight loss is we want you to lose smaller amounts of weight over a longer course of time. So we get to change behaviors and thoughts as what our approaches are to food and things of that nature. And you know, some people have other chronic health conditions that are on medicines that cause them to gain the extra weight. So we really take a thorough look at that.
Thyroid problems.
Right. We take a look at that. And if you're on medicines that what we consider a medicine that can help you to, that causes you to gain weight, we look at alternatives with you. So yeah, it's a vast program. The eating structure is very simple and straightforward, and we just help you to think differently about weight loss. If you're coming in for a quick fix, it's not a quick fix. This is what we are trying to teach people over the course of time. Because if you do not control that weight, then you're going to be seeing me for things like hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, all of that kinds of things. And so, you know, we're trying to be proactive sometimes that's really hard to do, but we're
It
definitely
is,
trying it.
but that is the answer.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we start as young as school agers. We have some school agers in our program who've done very well. It just takes everybody in the family a change of thinking about how you approach the food. To one individual be successful.
If you look at our younger generation, you will see that there's a lot of overweight children.
Absolutely.
And you didn't used to see that.
Right.
There's a lot of things that contribute to
Absolutely.
that. Fast food, for one. Another is everybody's glued to their phone
And to their
or their
TVs
games,
or their games, yeah.
and instead of getting out there and
Yeah, and I'll just be honest with you. I mean, in reality, our food market is such that it is cheaper to eat unhealthy things than it is to eat healthful things like fruits and vegetables and meats and
right.
things of that nature. And so, we're doing a lot of educating our patients to say this is how you can get around that. So, absolutely. But otherwise, we are moving right along. We're still accepting new patients for Catherine, and she accepts all ages, peds to geriatrics, and a full complement. And of course, we have the walk-in services every day. No need for an appointment if you're sick. You bring yourself in, and we get you treated. So.
Okay, I may be giving you the wrong initials on this, but children seem to be being struck by this
RSV, absolutely. RSV is part of our fall and winter illness every year. But what we're seeing again is because people seem to be having more respiratory illnesses because of lack of vaccinations. When you get one respiratory illness, you're more likely to catch another respiratory illness. And so, and then you spread that along. So if I have one respiratory illness and I'm taking care of, a toddler, then I can make their immune system not want to respond to the
Right.
virus, and so it easily is passed. But absolutely, so we're seeing lots of it. But again, it is that time of the year, and I know that the news has caused a lot of people to have some stress about it. But we see RSV this time of the year. We definitely do. We see
You're just hearing about it
hospitalizations.
more this
Yeah,
year.
we see hospitalizations going up. But in the reality of it is across the whole United States, we are having a healthcare crisis. It's not just a nursing crisis or a shortage of this or that. It's a healthcare crisis. People can't afford health care because their deductibles can be very high, and it's easier for them to go to the emergency room to seek care and not go to the doctor's office and have to pay the copay, because you don't have to pay the copay at first when you go to the emergency room. So we see a lot of that. And so we try to do a lot of educating. You go to the hospital just waiting in the waiting room for the ER, you're probably going to catch something that you didn't have before. So, come in.
My
But-
granddaughter is an RN, and yes, she says that they deal with this all the time.
And there's a lot of variables that I say this about. There's a lot of variables that cause this, and I don't know what the fix is, but what we promote at Community Wellness is healthful living and preventative health. So get your immunizations when you can. Keep yourself healthy. Get your exercise. Get an appropriate amount of sleep.
See, so many things enter into this vaccine thing, politics, your beliefs, and things. I've taken flu shots for years. And I will tell you that in my younger years, I had bronchitis every year, starting in, September, and it usually lasted till May. Once I started taking the flu shot, I didn't have
Right.
bronchitis anymore. So this time, when I came down with whatever it was, I came down with in October. It started out with just a cold. I hadn't had the flu shot yet, and I had intended on getting it, but then I got sick, so I thought, okay, I'll wait till I'm better. Well, I got all these symptoms, and I thought, okay, I'm still working, I'm around people. So I went and I was tested for COVID. I was x-rayed my lungs, I didn't have pneumonia, and I didn't have the flu. And I finally asked him, I said, well, why am I here? And and I feel awful.
Sure. And so there are all kinds of viruses that go around all year, but especially this time of the year, we see a lot of para-influenza. That just means it's this type of flu, but it's not what we check when we check you for the flu.
Yeah.
And when you get something like that, it runs down your immunity. So then the next time you go out in public or you get exposed, then here's the next virus and things of that nature. So, washing hands, taking your flu shots, because flu shots are one of the most effective vaccines we have on the market. And, just keeping yourself healthy.
And mine then developed into bronchitis.
Absolutely. And that's what happens is one after the other, and then you end up having to be treated. Absolutely. So.
And I feel better, but I'm still coughing.
The cough seems to linger. The cough seems to
It
linger.
does. It
So,
does.
yeah.
And I don't smoke, so
Yeah.
there you go.
So other than that, I'm sorry, Keith.
Oh, no.
No,
Well,
that's all
Sorry.
right. I thought you
So
were done.
I just want one more thing. I just want to say, so listen, we have the full complement of immunizations at our clinic. We have both commercial vaccines and vaccines for children, which are through our federal program. And so I want people to understand that if you do not have insurance, your kids can still get their vaccines for free. And you can either get it at the health department or you can come to our clinic and we will give their vaccines for free through that program. I just don't think people realize how many resources are out there for them. And
Are you giving the COVID boosters?
we are not doing any COVID, and it's a storage problem for us.
Right,
It's a storage problem for us is the reason we don't. I feel like we did our part by making sure we had everything else, and we're just letting the health department and the Walgreens give out the COVID. But something else I wanted to tell people is I want you to understand that you can still take the flu shot even if you do not feel well. The only criteria is if you have a fever of 100.5 or greater, you can't get it. But if you still don't feel well, what's the perfect time? Get your immunization. Get your immunization.
No one told me
You're
that.
not. You're just going to work through the symptoms anyway. So
You should
yeah.
watch DTC3. They talk
I
about
should.
that on
We
there.
talk about stuff like that. We do. Well, Keith, have you been
Educated?
shot up and vaccinated?
Not yet. Not yet. I've been vaccinated. Yes, I'm COVID vaccinated, but the flu shot, and again, I've not really done flu shots before. Never done flu shots.
Are you
but
scared, or you just
No.
don't give vaccines?
No, I just don't get vaccines. Now, I did the COVID because
Yeah, you didn't
we
want to
remember
die.
the nightmare in October of 2 years ago at Halloween. So
listen, I just want to tell everybody
But-
in DTC land that we're giving Keith our herd immunity by sitting next to him.
well, the thing is, and I'll say this, I've heard all the information. Health Director here, Michael Rayland's really been good about information, especially when the flu shot up, flu numbers spiked up, and it is recommended to get a flu shot. It is recommended, but I've gone so long, I've never had a flu shot, and I've never, knock on wood, caught the flu. I've been sick, had colds, had laryngitis before, but that was all sports related.
You probably had the flu, and you
I had-
just didn't want to admit it.
The last time I had the flu was 18 years of age,
Oh, wow.
and after that, and it was deathly.
It never came back.
I hurt bad.
Okay, now we've got you covered here. We got a place for you to party, and after
And if
you've
you
partied, you can go
Yeah,
over
if you
to the
catch some
community health
kind
department.
if you catch some kind of illness, you can go
right.
over
It's
and
right around the corner.
That's
from
right.
here,
That's
so-
right.
Where are you
and,
located at?
So I am behind the Cannon Inn and AutoZone on Mears Drive. So that location, we are the only building in the back. So that is right across the street, also from Dr. Tate's office. We're behind him. So we definitely encourage people to come and see us. We're taking all insurances. And even on the insurances on the marketplaces coming up here, we're taking the Ambetter and United Healthcare and Blue Cross.
What days is your clinic open?
So we're open Monday through Friday. So we're open every day 8 to 5 and Fridays 8 to 12. And there's a reason for that, because after working for corporate for so many years, I figure if I'm going to own my own business, we're going to work reasonable hours on Fridays and say,
And get out and come over here to party,
That's
right? Come
so we
over here to
can
party.
come. But listen, I do want to encourage all of my Kenny County citizens. You know, I live right in town, and if I wouldn't have come out for this today, I wouldn't have seen what a beautiful, beautiful venue this is. So please just come drive out here and check it out.
It is really pretty.
Might want to wait for the rain to subside. You're going to
Yes.
have to come out in the Titanic.
Yeah, the road was a little watery when we came up here.
Yeah.
And I've seen this road before when it rained real hard.
Yeah.
And you were right to build a wall.
Yeah. Yeah. You can float down here.
But now there's not only this facility, but there's also the one next door, the barn, which is more open,
Yep.
right?
It's wide open. There's no beams or anything in the middle of it like this. We were going to take these out, but then the roof would fall in.
Well, yeah, I
Mess
didn't want you
everything
to
up.
do that.
And hide all your dirty clothes.
This just looks really nice. It
Yeah, it's
really
a-
does.
Thank you.
I mean, you wouldn't have to do too much decorating here.
No, just the tables.
We've had several events here for different kinds of things, and that's it. We decorated the tables, and that was it. It was
Yeah.
perfect. Everybody always enjoyed it.
Well, I haven't yet, but I'm thinking of something.
For crying out loud. Everybody else has been here.
We actually had one of our family Christmas parties here.
That would
it
be
was, It
nice.
was just easier for everybody to spread out. Yeah. a
Well,
couple
it
years
is.
back.
I've always, my house is not built. I live in a very modest house, but I do have a basement. But when I have the whole family over and everything, and you've got the Christmas tree up and presents and everything, and we're trying to eat, we kind of eat all over the house. We eat in the
Yeah.
basement, we eat upstairs, you know.
Yeah.
This would be nice. Everybody could eat in the same room.
Yeah, yeah. We just had the cheerleaders. They did the parade, and then they came over here and had a party.
Well, there was a bunch of them. I'd never seen so many cheerleaders.
There were a lot. There were a lot of them here.
Well, this is a good thing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we could have brought the whole parade out here.
Well, let's not get carried away.
And Huff and Puff could have made snow.
Sure, that would have been fun. That gave us a big idea, too. We were talking about that. We should figure out a way that we could make snow off.
Hey, that was good.
Yeah.
It was. I have
really
to
cool.
admit that it was. You know, is there anything either one of you would like to add to this?
I don't think so. I think we covered it. Talked about the parade. I thought it was great myself. So
Well, you've been around for a while now with your clinic, Tabitha, and I think people are well aware.
absolutely, you have to, Kenny
you.
County's been great to us. We're very blessed, and you know, I can't say enough good things. You know, I'm an implant also here, but this is my town. This
Hey,
is my
listen,
town.
we're all implants here.
Yeah,
We love it.
So was I.
yeah, yeah.
And I wouldn't want to live anywhere else now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
How about you?
We love it here, and if you are interested, just keep a look on rusticeleganceeventcenter.com, and we're going to be updating a lot of the pictures that are currently on there, so that because we've been doing so much work here so fast that in January we actually have our first wedding happens on January 3rd, and we're using that opportunity to also take a lot of pictures. We're helping them decorate for this, kind of working together so that we can
Promote yourself.
promote the building, get some new pictures done and all that kind of stuff. So,
That's what it takes. It does.
and we have special deals for municipalities, the police department, the fire department, and there's also a discount if you're in the military or we're in the military,
Or if you're a Navy SEAL.
or if you're a Navy SEAL. Navy is our favorite.
There are some Navy SEAL people in this area. There sure are.
Or if you're emergency services,
Oh, okay. This is
come and
good.
see us. There you go.
Yeah, that's it right there.
And you'll be getting my bill later on today.
Well,
Kidding. I'm only kidding.
Well, we were going to
Well,
send
I'll
you a
do-
bill too, so I kind of
I'll
might.
do the same
If it
with that.
crosses
I'll
in the
just
mail, you
file
know.
it when
Yeah.
I get around to it. But I do want to talk a little bit about, there's several days left that you can still do your Christmas shopping. But we don't want you to forget the small businesses, because small business in Cannon County is what keeps us active. That's what keeps us alive, and we're able to have things like this. And these people in these small businesses that we have, they work hard every day to try to get your business. They pay their sales tax here. That saves you money in the long run. So we just want you, if nothing else, if you just want to get out, get a group together, take a day, come in, visit all our antique stores. We have a lot of them. And there is a map around, because there's one in Gazaway and one on Bradeville Road. And they're all great, and they're fun to go through. We have a lot of small boutiques, specialty shops. We now have 2 new barber shops, and we have 2 new food places. One of them is the Euro-Greek place, and the other one hasn't opened yet, but Domino's Pizza. That's not including all the other restaurants we have, plus all the fast food restaurants. We have it all here, and you can take a day, just go around and shop. If you're interested in diamonds, we have a jewelry store. Jennings Jewelers has been there forever, and they still carry top quality jewelry. So if you're interested in that, we've got that. One of the neatest gifts, I think, for that person on your list that has everything is the Art Center. They have a season ticket that includes 6 shows. And hey, that'd be the gift that keeps on giving right there, because these shows are all great. This is community theater at its best. They have a gift shop with all handmade items in it. And they're also having a shopping bazaar, their White Oak Bazaar, that is set up in the big room at the Art Center, and there's everything in there that you could imagine, pottery. One of my favorite vendors is Gary Tanner, and he does wooden toys. I love them.
That would be good for this time of year.
It would.
Especially.
They're great. They really are. But we have all kinds of things in Cannon County that you can come down here and just take a day and go around to all of them, eat at the restaurants. The Lions Club still has they have their nut sales. We have a lot of nuts in the Lions Club. Now you're one of them.
I'm a new nut.
That's right, it's a new nut on this. But they do sell a lot of the pecans and walnuts and mixed fruit at Christmas time, and I think there's some of that left, along with the ornament. Every year they do an ornament, a Christmas ornament, and it's usually a business. There you go. For next year, you should have an ornament done.
We looked into it after we saw them at the place.
Okay. Well, the Lions Club may want to use it. So anyway, a lot of people collect those, and I think there's still a few of those. We have some specialty shops that are health related. We have one that's attached to the Art Center, and it's called Short Mountain Cultures, and they have a variety of kombucha. If you don't know what that is, it's a healthy drink. I'm told it's a healthy drink. I haven't drank any yet, but I'm told. They have seasonal fermented veggies. They have baskets. They have arts and craft type things in there. It's great to just go in that little store and look around and see what they have. And there's also one other one that is health related, and that's the Wellness Emporium. And it's located on High Street in Woodbury. And they have a lot of health and wellness products in that store too. So if you're looking for something different, good heavens, we got it. You just have to look around, and our square's not that big, so you can park inside the square. It's free to park there. You can get out and walk all around the square. Eat at the specialty shops. We have a coffee shop. Yeah, you're going to have a good time. And if you need instructions on where to go, give the chamber a call. I'll be glad to tell you. I'll give you numbers and addresses or whatever you need. And we do have a couple of events coming up. January 19th will be the annual Chamber of Commerce banquet, and it will be held at the Art Center. And if you're interested in attending that, just give the Chamber a call at 615-563-2222, and I'll put you on the list.
Do you need
And
a DJ for that?
well, you're gonna be talking at
I
it.
said DJ, but that's fine. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll be speaking a little
Why,
bit.
do you want me to hire somebody?
Wait a minute.
And then February 25th, one of my favorite events, and this is put on by the Lions Club, and this is the father-daughter ball that we have every year. And last year we had a masquerade ball because we had it in October. This year we're having it on February, and it is going to be a winter ball. But this is for fathers and daughters, and the little girls can be anywhere from 2 to 18 years old. And we usually have a big turnout for this. I will be taking out the instructions and the flyers to the grammar schools or the high schools to be handed out to the girls. So
It's usually a big hit.
it is a big
Yeah,
hit.
it's a big hit.
We've had a lot of return fathers and daughters to it. But anyway, yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing that. It's amazing to me to see grandpas bring in their little granddaughters, and they're out there doing all kinds of the twist, all kinds of dances, the electric slide. Hey, come on.
And it's amazing when you DJ one of these type of events, all you have to do, people say, well, what are you going to play? What are you going to play? All you have to do is say, I'm opening up the request to anybody. And I tell you, those little girls, they will come up to you. They will give you a laundry list of songs to play. And you're going to be there for about 12 hours just trying to get them all in. You know, so.
They have a big time,
Yeah.
they really do. And we feed you, so the fathers don't go if they're just getting off work. The dress for these balls are, well, the masquerade ball was, you could dress up in a costume or you could just come in, no shorts. We want you to be a little bit dressier than that, but some of the little girls, they come in ball gown dresses, and some of them just come in Sunday dresses. So that's fine. We want to make it where you have fun. Is there anything either one of you would like to add to any of this?
No, ma'am.
You don't want to compliment us on anything or anything?
Your hair looks very nice.
I got drowned coming in here. I know better.
So you know she doesn't use the Dollar Tree type hairspray, right?
Oh, no. I'm not a hairspray person. It just has to fall wherever it does. So, Tabitha?
No, I just want to wish everybody happy holidays and thank you guys for always doing this each month. And
Well, we'll
appreciate
have you
that.
back
Yeah.
when everybody's
I
a
like
little
to talk. I don't
healthier.
mind coming back. Yeah, we'll find
When
things to talk
everybody's a
about.
little-
We'll come back in the spring and tell us how many flu shots you gave out during the.
Wow.
Well, I've already given out 1,200.
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh.
That's all that I order every year, so they're all gone. Walgreens.
Well,
Yeah, the Walgreens. Yeah, storage
Now
capacity.
you know.
Yeah.
So we're going to take you to Walgreens.
Walgreens after this. Yeah.
We are.
It's amazing. It was funny that I had to take an Uber to work today from Woodbury, from Murfreesboro. And the guy the Uber driver, he comes into Candy Cane, looks around. It's the first time he's ever been through here. He goes, man, it's very pretty around here. Well, the map on the GPS wants him to turn left on Doolittle Road. I need to go to the office. For some reason, it wants him to turn left. And then we get down to Parsley's. It wants him to turn left there, but it's calling it Doolittle Road. And I said, no, I'll just keep going straight. We're fine. I said, and then when we get into town, all of a sudden it says, go down Doolittle Road. I said, well, either A, A, it wants me to go to the Walgreens to get a flu shot, or B, it wants me to go to jail. That's what it wants me to do.
Or
two
come
things.
here.
Yeah, it could come here, yeah.
Yeah.
We had an arrangement with Google.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Everybody comes here whether
Yeah,
they
it
want to.
loops around and backs up on like 56 or whatever it is. So we just figured, what the heck? We'll pay them a little extra money. We'll get people to loop around.
Well, that's an idea. I never thought of. Listen,
Merry
I
Christmas.
don't know. Google needs to come here and map out the roads here because those GPSs take people to strangest places.
They do, but listen, I seen a Google car in my subdivision last year.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe they were mapping out your subdivision.
Well, Google sent
They
me down some back road
they
where I had to go
still-
across two.
Okay, we've just about done all the damage we can do today, but I did want to take this opportunity, and I'm sure that everybody here does, to thank you for watching the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year.
Yes.